Hello everyone, I am Akshay Rathod. Welcome to the channel. Today we are going to see an interesting problem. Let's imagine the scenario that we have discussed in previous video, that is of array. Imagine you are building a contact list application, right? And in that application you have hundreds of contacts. And on the Android app screen you have to print that all contacts, right? In that scenario, either you have to use the 100 print statements to printing the contacts, otherwise you have to do something which is automatic, right? So in this video we are going to see the loops in Kotlin language, right? So what exactly loop is? Let's see a pictorial representation of loop is. In Kotlin language, first of all we have checked the condition. Then after, if the condition is true, then we will execute the block of the statement. Then after, what we have to do, we will again check the condition by increasing the counter variable. There should be one counter variable in case of for loop, otherwise some condition. And after increasing the counter variable, we will check the condition again. And after that, we will execute the for loop or the block of the code again. Then again, we will check the condition. And here, if condition is true or false. If the condition is true, then we will loop through again the code block. Otherwise, if it will false, then we will exit the loop, right? So let's have a look how this actually works. So here it is the example of an array which has a fruits in it, okay? And we want to print all the fruits one by one on new line. Exactly. So here we are creating an array, and here you can see how I can read this array is that like for in parenthesis fruit in fruits array where print fruit. Okay, so here what it exactly means. So first of all, what it will does in for loop, it will take the first fruit in this fruit variable from the fruits array. Okay, then it will execute the block. While it will execute the block, it will print the name of the fruit. After that, it will increase the counter of the array, and it will go to the second fruit, that is mango. Okay, now mango is captured in this fruit variable, and now in the second scenario this block will be executed and the second fruit, which is mango, is printed on the screen. Now again it will take the third fruit, which is banana, in the fruit variable from the fruits array, and it will print that again on the screen. And it will do it one by one unless and until we will finish the arrow. Let's take an example at the strawberries. It will print the strawberry as a fruit on the screen. This is the end fruit. Then again it will try to capture the next element of the array in the fruit variable. But wait, it sees it is the last element of the array, and that's why there is no element in the array right now. And this condition is false. That's why it will break out the loop and execute the further program if there is any program further. So let's look in the code example of this. So I have created the code example already. We just need to check. This is the example that we have shown on the presentation. Okay, so let's run the program. Here you can see it will print all the fruits one by one, like apple, mango, banana, oranges, watermelon, and strawberries. You can see on the screen. Okay, this is the one scenario how the array works on the how the for loop works on the arrays. Let's come to the second scenario. Meanwhile, I will comment the first code, control and slash on the PC or command slash on the Mac. Let's come to the next, that is the ranges in for loop. Okay, and so most of the time we encountered the situation that we don't have to loop over the arrays or some iterables. Okay, what is iterable we are going to discuss in the in few minutes. So sometimes we have to just iterate over the some numbers, like some range, like if you want to print the serial numbers for some list. So in that case, if that list has 10 elements, you have to print the 10 1 2 3 these numbers one by one, right? So in this scenario we can do is we can use the ranges. And how we create a range, and that is here you can see with the help of double dot operator we can create the range. Okay, so what exactly this means? For I, that is one integer in this range from 1 to 10, and it will print the next block, that is I. So how it actually works in this scenario, you can see first it will take the 1 from the this range, it will print 1. In the next case, it will, what it will do, it will take the second element of this range, that is 2, which will keep in the element I or the variable I, and it will print again this I second time, and it will do it unless and until the range is completed. So let's see how this works. So you can see here from 1 2 3 4 to 10, everything is printed on the next line, right? So this is the concept of ranges in for loop. So let's comment this. Next thing is we are going to see, we can it is the same thing of the ranges, but in the last video in the last code sample we have used the double dot operator for ranges, but we can do it in this way also. One dot range 2 method, and we have to provide the end target for the range. Okay, so this will also work same as this previous example. Let's quickly run the program and see. You can see 1 to 10 is printed on the screen. Next thing we are going to see is until keyword in the for loops. So what exactly until keyword is? So right now we have saw in the range that it will if the range is from 1 to 10, it will go through all the elements from 1 to 10. It means it will go it will include 10 also. But what until do is, you can see I create a for loop where for element I in 1 until 10 and print I. So in this scenario, if I run the program, you can quickly see it excludes 10. So until, it simply means the range exclusive of last number. So let's come to the next example that we are going to see is downTo method. So why exactly we need? So you have seen most of the time it is not necessary that we always have to like increment from a small number to bigger number. Most of the time we have to do the reverse thing, like we want to decrement from 10 to 0. Imagine that you are building a, like you are working in SpaceX, and you are building that countdown clock for the rocket launch. So that time you have to count from 10 to 0 exactly. So in this scenario, what you can do, you can use this downTo function here. Okay, so how it will work? It will work as for as a variable I in from 10 to 1, 10 to down to 1. Like it will decrement the elements one by one, and it will print on the screen. So let's run the code, and you can see here from 10 9 8 to 1, it will print all the element in the decrement or decreasing order. Okay, so it is the simple work of the downTo function. Next thing we are going to see is steps in Kotlin. So right now like I want to increment the numbers from 1 to like 10, and I just want to skip the one number or two number, or you can say I want a step, right? So like I just want to print the odd number. So what I can do in this scenario? In this scenario, I just use this step keyword in the programming language or Kotlin. So what it will do? It will do like for I. So it will keep the value from the range, first value from the range, that is 1. Okay, and it will print the value, print I, that is it will print the 1, and it will see, oh, here is the step, and that step is of 2 elements. Okay, so what it will do, it will pick the third element by skipping like one element. Okay, so it will jump to second element from 1, and that is 3. So it will pick the 3 in the variable I, and it will print the 3. In the next step, it will again pick the second element from the 3, which is 5. It will keep it in the I variable and print on this, and it will do it until we reach the end of the range. Let's see, and let's run the program. So you can see 1 3 5 7 and 9. This is printed on the screen. If I will change the range step from 2 to 3, then it will also like it will now it will take the steps of 3, 1, 4, 7, and the important thing is that we can do this same thing in other way also. Like we can use the range2 dot range2 10 and dot step is a method, and we want the step of 2. Let's remove 3 from here and let's run the program. So you can see the range2 dot step, without we can use this without using that double dot operator and step keyword. We can use it in this way also. Okay, so this is the step in the for loops or step in the loop. The next important thing, as you remembered, I have told you in the first example that array is an iterator. Okay, and that's why it is working here. So what the iterator exactly is? An iterator is nothing but an object that can be iterated or that have a multiple values, and we can capture the values one by one, one by one, one by one from that collection. Okay, so here string is also working as an iterator. So for showing the example of iterator, I have created this for loop example. For letter in this name Akshay, we need to print the letter. Okay, so let's see will it work or not. So yeah, you can see A, K, S, H, A and Y. Every letter from my name is printed on the new line. And why it is why it will working? Because string works as an iterator, and in this scenario, in every next loop it will capture the specific character from the string. In the first loop it will capture the letter A, in the second it will capture the letter K, and so on. And in this way it will finishes the loop. If you have any questions regarding to the loops or ranges in Kotlin programming language, then feel free to ask the questions in the comment section below. In the next video we are going to see the while loop, and that is also an important loop we use most of the time in our programming language. Okay, so we will meet you in the next video. Till then, happy coding.